What is going on YouTube? Hitaback making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at Cardano, Bitcoin, XRP, as well as Ethereum, and if we have time, the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's episode, I want to continue discussing where we left off yesterday. Yesterday's video, we basically made it very clear that there was a resistance that needed to be broken in order for prices to actually pop off above there. For XRP, it was a very clear line where the resistance level was, and the fact that we were hanging out at this level meant that if we were to close at any point a 4-hour candle above that resistance, we were going to start to swing back to the upside. And then we also discussed that there was a very clear line that if we were not able to break through this resistance, there was a very good chance to see a significant drop of about 7%. Well, it turns out just last night, the coins actually managed to close above these resistances, which signaled a buy-in, opportunity, which pretty much is showing us that, bulls are coming back and these higher lows are being created and markets are starting to swing back to the upside, which is just insane because we have not seen this in a very, very long time on the crypto space. Even in December of 2017 or just 2017, that run, we really didn't see movements like this. So I want to kind of discuss with you guys where my head's at in regards to the markets, the bullish patterns that I have currently entered and capitalizing off these runs. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. And then also make sure to check out my Patreon, which I've linked in the description if you guys are interested in learning my specific trades. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, so yesterday we put a video out 22 hours ago. We discussed XRP Ripple. Today we'll decide everything for the cryptocurrency, figuring out exactly the pattern that is, that XRP has to kind of play out on. You can see clearly in the thumbnail too that there was 1 day left to pretty much decide the direction of the movement, and you can see exactly in that small circle in green the resistance level that we are retesting. Well, surprise, surprise, that we actually managed to break above there. This is huge. Not only that, but it's signaled the rest of the market, or the market signaled XRP to start to see that swing to the upside where Ethereum is pumping higher. Bitcoin looks absolutely great, breaking through resistances and starting to create these higher low formations. And then Cardano actually holding on to its bottom support very well. I am just going to slightly tweak this to make this a little bit more relevant on the daily. The 4-hour can make it a little bit off, but this is what we're looking at right now in regards to support. So there's a good chance Cardano is going to start to see that swing back to the upside in the next couple of days, as we've discussed. But to just jump right into the technical analysis, you can see a quick refresh right here. Top 10 cryptos. Bitcoin is up about 7%, Ethereum up 5%, and some of the other cryptocurrencies are starting to, follow that pattern as well, up about 5% to 6% average across the board. This is huge news if you ask me. Now, the other thing we had to look at was on Bityard here. Now, Bityard is very interesting. We've been using Bityard to look at Bitcoin and XRP for the past couple of days, and we discussed that there was a bottom support that really had to hold 100% for Bitcoin, which was the 40-day moving average, which you can see is in yellow right here. We needed a hold above there for the coin to eventually start to see some higher runs. And then once we saw that, there's a good confirmation we'd break through these other smaller moving averages, which would be the 5, 10, and 20-day moving averages. So incredibly enough, we bounced right off of here. And then once we start to see this uptrend, that's when we were buying back in and capitalizing off a run to the upside. And we were making profit after profit after profit. And the swing just kept continuing, shooting the price all the way up above $52,000 on Bitcoin, which is insane. We're back above 50K. This is a huge movement for the market. We've been making some pretty good long positions. Our profit has been fairly nice the past couple of days, and I really don't have much to complain about. I mean, we've talked about this in the Discord and the Patreon groups, which is linked in the description down below, as well as Bityard if you wanted to learn exactly the platform that I use to trade. A lot of people ask me what's the best way to trade XRP and things like that, and it's pretty much XRP. It's XRP on Bityard. I'm not trying to hyperinflate Bityard at all, but the fact that they offer this, and I've had zero problems in the past 8 months since I've started using Bityard. I've had zero problems with trading, leveraging, and even spot trading XRP, which is great. So not only that, but you can obviously leverage, trade long, short, stop losses, take profit levels, pretty much everything on a very beginner and user-friendly website. They also offer a demo account if you're just not yet ready to pull the trigger on putting money into the exchange. You can always just play around with their demo account. They start you off with 100K, and then you can basically make some small trades or big trades, or pretty much mimic the market as if you were to be buying in with regular money and profit off of it that way. So we've been up a couple $100 easy just in maybe 2 or 3 trades alone, and it's given us over $800 in profit very easily. So it is something to check out as well. Link in the description. But to move on to these other cryptocurrencies, so XRP actually managed to break through its resistance, and this is definitely a good sign. In regards to 4-hour movements, the higher lows are starting to be set. We discussed if we were to break through 43, we'd head right up to 46 cents, and then if we actually managed to battle off this 4-hour moving average, we could see an immediate pop to 53 cents. So the first wave of possibilities has ended. We finally were able to confirm a break to the upside. We closed above resistance here, which is definitely a good sign. Yes, these higher lows are being created. This is the pattern to where we start to see movements to the upside. You can see each time the coin fell, its prior low was lower than the original one. You can see each time prices fell, the levels were lower. You can see each time it's lower than the last. And just the other day, were we able to actually create a low that was higher than the prior one, and this could start a movement to the upside. I mean, something like this could definitely be in store for the coin, where we start to create these higher low formations, reverse to the upside, and the next level would be to break above this resistance at 46 cents and close the candle above here, which would give us enough support to start to see that swing back to 53 cents. So I'm very, very, very happy to see that we're finally breaking up. A lot of the market is starting to swing to the upside, and you can see when you look at the daily, the reason also where I was fairly bullish, or starting to become fairly bullish, I am currently now on XRP, was due to the fact that when we did decide to fall in this descending fractal that we had on the coin, we started to kind of teeter-totter and balance on our daily moving average, and this has held support extremely well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now of just consolidation on here, and as we started to get sandwiched in between this resistance wall right here, the price ceiling, as well as the moving average, the bottom support, we actually managed to break above and through here, which is huge news. And the next thing we really need to see is just us to be able to capitalize and get a little bit higher, close above 46 cents, and then it's an immediate run all the way up to 53 cents. So I'm very, very, very happy to see where we're moving right now. This is a small opportunity to leverage trade this up. Obviously, you could take your profits now, and then you could just move your stop loss up. Actually, just move it up ever so slightly. That's another great tip. And then once we break through 46 cents and we start to head up, just slowly tweak the stop loss, move it higher and higher and higher. Now that we had a beautiful entry level price, if the market decides to pump downwards and pump fakes us, then at least our stop loss will cover our profits, and we'll at least break even. Once we start to see us break above 46 cents, if today's candle or tomorrow's candle closes above 46 cents, anticipate a run to 54. And I am leaning more towards that bullish scenario than a bearish one for good reason. Looking at Ethereum, you can see Ethereum is starting to create its higher low formations as well, creating levels higher than the prior one, and prices are starting to run back up. This is huge for the coin. This is huge news. Now, obviously, this is no, amazing bullish scenario. We're not fully locked in just yet because these lower highs can still be, in store on the daily. I mean, for what I mean is when we see movements like this, or let me draw it out for you a little better. Let's say we dump here, we swing back up, we move up to here, then we fall lower, and we continue this pattern. Obviously, I don't want to see that, but it is still a possibility. If prices pump up and close prior or lower than the prior high, it could signal another reversal, and we could continue this lower downwards channel. So for right now, there is definitely some big opportunity for a short-term bull, but we have not yet been able to confirm whether or not we're going to be long-term bearish on the coin. But for right now, there is still plenty of profit to be made. We could easily swing this up, and maybe we fall and we close maybe near under $1,700, this would still be a huge profit and bonus for capitalizing off leverage trading for Ethereum. Bitcoin as well looks insane. Bitcoin actually looks a lot better than the other cryptos. The same pattern applies itself for Ethereum that I discussed with Ethereum onto Bitcoin, if that makes sense. Yes, we have decided to confirm a bullish short-term movement, but this is still a possibility. I just want to draw this out for you guys. This is very similar to what we've seen back in 2017. I'm not trying to spread FUD or anything. I'm just trying to enlighten you guys to just pay attention. You can see right here, back in 2017, we've had these runs where prices shot all the way up, hit resistance, fell lower. Then we saw an immediate correction up, and then it fell even lower. The ripple effect, just on a more long-term scale. This took, a process of, maybe 2.5 weeks of the consolidation, but we bounced off the bottom. We headed up higher. We didn't go back to the all-time high, and we started to correct lower and create these lower highs. And that is something we can't underlook. Short term, there is still the possibility of capitalizing off the run. Short term, long term, we have not yet confirmed a bull market. Until we break above the prior high of 58,000, we are not yet in a long-term bull market. We've pretty much ended that. So until we get that confirmation and close above $58,000, will I switch into a long-term bull market again? But for right now, we are able to profit off of swings to the upside here. We might be able to head up just a little bit higher. So just slightly move your stop losses up. We discussed in detail yesterday that if we confirmed a break above, obviously, the downtrend here, and we buy in above this downtrend here, we could easily capitalize off the run. So obviously, hopefully you have just moved your stop losses up higher and higher and higher and are capitalizing off all of this. Would I enter this market now if I haven't bought in already? No, I'd let it play out. We might see a little bit more movement, but it's definitely a higher risk trade to be entering the market now instead of back when we decided to originally break through this downtrend here and start to see the swing to the upside. But the fact that we confirmed a breakout above 49,000 is just another reason why we could be heading up much closer to 57 and eventually back to all-time highs. So honestly, what I buy in right now, again, I'm already in this right now for the short term. I'm just moving my stop loss up to capitalize off the runs. But if you set a stop loss closer to 49,500 and you enter here, I wouldn't be too worried. And there's a good chance we can continue to see that run to the upside. Lastly, Cardano looks okay. Cardano looks like it's signaling another move to the upside. So short term, I am still bullish on most of these cryptos. I do think Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP are all headed up higher, as well as Cardano. Cardano playing out on this uptrend here. But you can see, even if we don't see a major run like we've seen in the past, we still consolidated up and went from a price of 76 cents all the way up to 93 just by consolidating on this uptrend. So we could easily just ride this out the next couple of days and slowly head out higher, or we could see an immediate pop like we've seen in the past. But otherwise, I do think we're going to continue to head up higher as long as we don't break through resistance of obviously $1.13 or this uptrend here. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much wrapping up today's video. The S&P 500 looks okay. Let's see how today opens up. We did bounce off the bottom support level just the other day, but if we can continue to use this as a support, this uptrend here, we might be able to start to rally back up and easily see $4,000, creating more all-time highs for the coin. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This just does help support the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.